FPL managers. You are welcome to another edition of your favorite FPL Ambassador show. This is your FPL Ambassador Raymond himself streaming from a colder location today. Today I'm not at home. I'm not at home. You can see that my background is a bit different. But what is this? It's a special, unique game week like this. The game week where my boys are not going to captain. So I'm not going to captain Haaland. And the first time boys are going to captain Solanke over Haaland. And it's quite a very interesting game week. Sorry to our viewers, we weren't able to have our show on Thursday. My work schedules are really very tight. They are way beyond me. But I always say my dedication to FPL is so much that today, as of now, I should have left home. I should have left my coded location to go for class. I have a class, data analytics course at the Center for Business Analytics at the Banking College in Ghana. Banking College in Ghana at, how do you call it? Oh, Airport Residential. So as soon as I finish, now I have to leave. Otherwise, I'll be late for class. And I know boys, when I be late for class, boys will be seen, but whatever it is, that is it. So key thing for this game week. This is a very snappy show. So just understand not everything that would, but there's a key point to help managers think. And then we'll have conversation before deadline at 11 a.m. GMT today. So top of the table clash between Manchester City and then Liverpool. First key information is that Mohamed Salah is back. So if you don't have Mohamed Salah is back. And if you are not considering him, by somebody look at my initial transfer plan is to bring in Mohamed Salah and Solanke for Kevin De Bruyne and then Haaland. Then it means that I'm not expecting City to score. No, not that. It means that I'm expecting that I want Solanke, and because I want Solanke, I'm getting Solanke, and then I think that at home, Liverpool's advantage is really very high, especially as their games are mostly very high scoring, and City have not won an ample for a very long while. I know City might score Haaland might score one or two goals, but he can't score more than two. Will not hold. And Solanke is the top-notch captain for this week. I don't mince words. If you're not captain Solanke, you're not doing what is right. You can decide what to do. Another player can decide captain is Neto. But this is the official ticker. Look, to help managers planning going ahead. As also in planning, what you are going to do is you are going to find a way to look at. We are now. If this was the ticker we started from Gameweek 24 coming. Now 28. Now today, this game, if you are not informed, Bournemouth and Luton have a double game week where Bournemouth plays Sheffield and Luton all at home, and then Luton plays Crystal Palace and Bournemouth away. So key point. If Bournemouth is facing two of the worst defenses, two of the bottom 5 defenses in the league, then it means you need to have at least a Bournemouth double up. But the starting is that Bournemouth would blank next week, 29. So the players you are buying, if you are not free hitting in 29, then it means you need to find a way around it. But the key point is, as late riser will say, and my co-host will say, take today's point and their points in the pre-com. Get to this point. When you're done with today's point, you can think about other points in the future. So the key players you're looking at this game week is trying to get some Bournemouth players and then Luton players. Now, key players to look out from Bournemouth, Solanke captain. Don't overthink it. Those with their triple captain, you can surely triple captain Solanke. Then you can have these other players. So we're all looking at Senesi for defense, but Senesi is injured, confirmed by the Bournemouth coach that he's not going to play. So if he's not going to play, then you need to start looking at their other defenders as well. Now they have some other defenders, and by there's this player called Kekes. I don't know the pronunciation is Kekes. Kerkez. He's 4.4. And there's another player in Bournemouth called Zabani. This player, I've never heard this player's name before in FPL. Zabani. Zabarnyi. Also 4.4 million. So you can buy these players as well. And then you can look at getting Tavernier or Billing. But Tavernier is sharing minutes with Senestera, formerly of Leeds, for a while now. So the key point is Solanke up front. If you want to do a double up front, then you can go for Semenyo. But then it means that you're losing one of your strikers also as well. So me, what I recommend is Semenyo, and then Semenyo, Solanke, and then Neto, the goalkeeper. Because Neto, the good thing about Bournemouth is, if you look at the fixture take up very well, even though Bournemouth are playing, are blanking next week, In 30, they play Everton at home, and they play Crystal Palace at home, and they play Luton away. So if you are buying net to only their players, you can keep them for a longer period of time as compared to some of the other players that you are buying into your team for this particular game week. Now, key point after it is that in blank game week 29, we have, so I've said this, you see, the game is a game where we are not playing just constant this week. Look at next week as well. The plan by the fixture ticker, which was recommended by this is FPL Harry. He shared this, was that there are two things. Either we are free hitting in 29. If you are free hitting in 29, then it's good to go. Then you don't need to worry so much. You don't need to worry so much. But then we look at other things from there. So now that blank game 29 is confirmed, if you are free hitting 29, then you don't have to think about next week, because free hit gives you the opportunity to choose a new set of hitting players for that particular game week. You can decide to free hit 29. I was thinking about free hitting 29, but I'll tell you my plan as I go on. But then it's because we have only 4 teams that are playing in 29. The 4 teams playing in 29 are Brighton and then Burnley, Luton at home to Nottingham Forest, West Ham at home to Aston Villa, Fulham at home to Tottenham. So these are players that will look at goal willing next week. But the key point is, if you are buying players this week, think ahead. What will you do next week? Because next week you're not going to have our Liverpool players, you're not going to have our Man City players, you're not going to have our Chelsea players as well. So how do you navigate the Brighton players as well? So the best thing you should do as an FPL player as of now is take your FPL team, count the number of players you would get in game week 29 and see. If you have less than 6, then most likely you should be free hitting. So if you're going to have 6, less than 6, then it means that you're going to free hit. So then you can just focus on making your transfers only for this week. But if you count your players in your team and you notice that your players are 6 and above, maybe 6, 7, then it means that if you do a -8, you can get 3 more players next week. 3 more players will give you 9 players, because it's not a very high side. It's not a very high side game week. Brentford, Brighton, Burnley, some will be Luton, Nottingham Forest. Okay, you have the Luton players, the Morris. So that's why Morris is the most talked about player, because he has 3 games in the next 2 game weeks. And then you have the Nottingham Forest players. You have someone like Elanga, Morgan Gibbs White, and as well. Then West Ham, Bowen. So Bowen and then Kudus will come back into the picture with Paqueta now back from injury. Aston Villa, you have Watkins proving his worth as well. You have Bailey, and then you have Abu Dhabi, and some of you looking at defense, looking at Alex Moreno and then Paul Torres. In Fulham, you're having their new striker, Muniz is there, and then Spurs, Richarlison is not confirmed back. So you have Son, you have Kulusevski, and Maddison has returned from injury. So these are players that you should look at. So find a way to navigate double game week 28, followed by a blank game week 29. Now, what are the things to look out for? So if you look at your team and you notice that in 29 you have less than 6 players, the best thing is to free hit in 29, and then use your planning towards the 34 and 37. But if you notice that, like my team, I think when I go to my team, as I now have 6 players in my team. I think if I do transfers for this, I'll have 6 players for next week. Then if I have 6 players in 29, then it means that then you can decide to do a -8 and get 9 players, and then take it that 2 of your players had 0. And that's what Carl, one of our FPL said the last time, that if you have 9 players, take it that 2 of your players give you 0 points. You know how that you play the game and then you have somebody who will give you minus 2 points. So that is how to look at it as well. So this is what to do. But this is the way to go. So key thing is look at your team and decide. If you're not able to do this count, you can go to FPL team website. It allows you to do transfer to your team and like draft transfers, so that you see how your team will look like in 28, 29, and then 30. So this is what you need to know. First 10 minutes talking about the key things for this game week as well. Now, strategy. Now, if you're not free hitting this week for 29, you can decide to wildcard now. Now that we have a fair idea, so an adaptation like how this strategy 3 and 4 have some managers like 2021 and Ghana winner, that is Alexander Minkah, wildcarded 26 or 27. And he has an identity transfer to navigate this. Alex, stick in the comment section. What are your transfer plans for this game week? Now, you can still wildcard in 29, 28. Most people have not looked at that. So you can wildcard in 28 such that your players, you have maybe at least 9 players who will play God willing next week. Because if you look at the players, I'm sure you have Ivan Toney, You might have Morris, and then you have this guy, Doughty. So that is 3. You might have Kudus and Bowen. That is another 2. That gives you 5. You have Watkins and Bailey. Another 2. That gives you 7. Then you can decide to have Son, and then maybe Madison. So that will give you 9. And then decide to have one of the Burnley defenders for next week. So or Regulion. So then you have that. So if you have Regulion, you have 10 players, and then you navigate your team. So in that 10 players, note that for this week, Man City and Liverpool, even though they will score, they will not hold as big as much. It can happen, but sometimes you see, you're not looking at 20, you're looking at 29 as well. So if you're looking at it like in that way, what is going to happen is that then you are going to have, what do you call it? You are going to look at the teams that in wildcard to be able to. I think I'll be able to pick up one wildcard team. I have shared some stuff on one of my pages. I was on Twitter, so I'll pick one and then show it to you before the show ends. In the meantime, so this is what you need to do as well. Okay, good. So I'll pick that one and show to managers. So look at your team 28, 29, and 30. Now, these are the players we're talking about. So you should know if you haven't, you can screenshot it and look at teams to look out for going forward. Now, burning questions, key questions for this week. Solanke was injured some time ago, but Solanke is no longer injured. Very interesting. Solanke is no longer injured. So because Solanke is no longer injured, he played some minutes in Gameweek 28, and it is still that he hadn't trained fully. But comments from his coach shows that even though he had not trained fully, Solanke most likely is going to play today. Yes, I've seen an interview by Solanke whereby Solanke himself is saying that, Charlie, the way things are going there, maybe he will play. So I said I'll show you a team, a possible team that show how to wildcard. So this is from Spiros, one of the analytical guys and FPL guys. So I'll change the screen sharing and then show what Spiros is saying. There are several ones. If you come to my Twitter handle at Raymond Nketsiah, I've shared most of them, and I'm just giving an example of what to look at going into this game week. So I'm going to show Spiro's screen. Let me see how it's looking at the other end. Is it showing well? Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So this is how his screen is showing. Okay. Maybe I'll rather screenshot and then use the screenshot. But okay, let me do two quick screenshots because I think it's not showing very well at the viewer's end. So let me quickly do that quickly and then let's wait to go. So this is how. So this is Spiros. I see that I've even okay, good. I think I can do that. So now, in the meantime, manager, let me know what are your plans for this game week. What are your plans for this game week as well? So let me find my screenshots. So now let me know: are you free hitting or are you wildcarding? Or you say you've already free hitted, you've already wildcarded, you've used triple captain. And then please let's not forget, some managers did not triple captain. You have a triple captain. This is the best time. Don't think about 30, 20, 34 or 27. Even though those will be good times to free hit. Now, the point is that we can't tell how those game weeks will be like. At least we have control over this game week. So if I can say you deal with the one that you have just ahead of you. I just noticed that my laptop wants to tell me low battery. I had to quickly go and get my charger. Whatever it is. Okay, good. Let's see. Okay, good. Let me see. Window. Yes. So I've got this is Spiro's screen share. So now this is his team. Now this is what Spiro is saying. He's saying that if you're going to make a wild card, you can get Neto in the pool. You have Kekes of Bomber, 2 home games against Luton and Sheffield. You have Paul Torres of Aston Villa. You have Doughty. You can decide to either go Paul Torres or go Alex Moreno. And then in midfield, you have a midfield of Ross Barkley. And then you have, because Luton play the in blank game 29. And I have Son, you have Bowen, you have Mohamed Salah. You have Saka trained yesterday, so it's confirmed. And they have Morris, and then so like somebody asked, where are the City players? Charlie, they are going to Anfield. We know them. And they can have Flecken. So as Net is not playing this week and in 29, Flecken will play of Bournemouth. And they have Oli Watkins, Udoji, and then Pedro Porro. I wouldn't go with Udoji. I would relatively pick another player. Maybe I'll keep Pedro Porro there. And you can decide to look at it and then see how to go around it. You can use that to navigate any possible thing to look at. So yes, that is why you don't have to use your free hits. Sharif, let's say you learn. Always take your time. The chips are normally used in the second half of the season. Keep it, and then when you get there, you can make some of these decisions as well. Okay, good. So now I'll stop this screen sharing from these I've retweeted all of these on my Twitter page at Raymond Nketsiah on Twitter. So you can look at that and then you pick it from there. So let me come back to my original slides and then let me wrap it up. This is a very snappy shoot. Well, I need to also hurry up and get to class. Otherwise, my lecture would. Aika. Let me see my battery percentage. Let me see. My battery percentage is okay. I'm on course. So key questions, as I said. So Solanke is fit. Buy Solanke. If you triple captain, best captain choice. No double thinking about it. I've mentioned the Luton players. I've mentioned the Bomber players to get. So if you don't have them, you can go and get them. And then Salah has returned. It's confirmed. And you know Salah at Anfield, Liverpool at Anfield. The only player that pains me is that club does not have is Jota. And for me, if Jota would have played, I would have said that would have been an easy win for how do you call it? Easy win for Liverpool. Then which blank gaming players? I've also mentioned which blank gaming players we should talk about earlier on. So the blank gaming players, I've mentioned them. I want to make it a very snappy 25 minutes. How do you call it? Show. Then now Bowen and Kudus, they are playing Burnley. Out of Burnley, I don't know what the Burnley players do training or at all. Or they do shooting practice. So most likely Burnley, they are playing at the West Ham Stadium. So the West Ham Stadium. So Bowen and Kudus are good to look at now that Paqueta is back. You might not buy a packet. I think I'm going to do a double up of Bowman and Kudus. What I'm going to do. Now, what is the other plan if you are not free hitting or wild carding this week? The other plan you can do this game week is that you can then end your team into blank game week 29. So then your team is that now sell the players who will not play in 29. So now you can focus on this week, like me, like this. My initial plan for this week is that I'm going to do De Bruyne out, Haaland out for Salah in, Solanke in. Then next week, I will sell 3 of my other players who are not playing this game week so that then I can be able to have what do you call it? I can be able to have enough players for 29. Then when I have the players for 29, then in 30, I just wild card. So then it's just, and 30 is an international break as well. So by the time you come for international break, I'll be able to take my time and have a new team to go through 30 to 38, the running of the season. So that you can look at that as well. So look at that. As I said, you can either decide to free hit in 29 or wild card this game week or end your team into blank 29. Now, note that if we look at the fixture ticker very well, how the fixture ticker. So the plans are that you are going to either wild card in 35 and then bench boost in 37. Normally, you say the wild card should be closer to the other. Or you wild card 30 or 31. The reason why 30 or 31, sometimes when they come in the national break, most of the players take a while to come back into form. So either you wild card 30 or 31, and then you free 34 because 34, the teams that are playing 34, they're not too good. The Chelsea and the Newcastle and co. Then you bench boost in 37. So free it in 34 so that in 37. Or you bench boost in this game week. So if you think your players, you don't want to send them, you can bench boost this game week and free hit here. So these are the possible strategies that managers can look at as well. This is by FPL Harry, one of the best FPL managers in the world. Very young, smart, brilliant guy. If you still have your triple cap, as I've said, Captain Solanke, you can triple captain Solanke or wait to 37, 34, 34, 37. So this is what to bench boost. Please better to use in the bigger game week of double game week of 34 or 37. So let's do about 37 looks like the biggest double game week, and that might be the most optimum time to use the bench boost chip. So these are the key things that I told us to do, and I think my time should be up and from here. Okay, so I've showed the wildcard team. This was 37, so this 27, but I've showed the wildcard team that you should look at. And this is my team. So I think, what did I do my team? Okay, let me pull out my team and let me show managers what I'm going to do this game so they have a fine idea of how some of us are also navigating. As I said, my initial plan this game week is that I'm going to buy Salah and then what do you call it? Salah and then what do you call it? I call it my friend is saying Solanke captain. So that's the initial plan. Now, the point is, if that is the plan, what else can I also do? So let me screenshot again. That's my screenshot, and then let me show the new screenshot of my screen. Okay, so let me change the screen sharing and then show my screen. Hey, Charlie, YouTube content creators here, bro, and easy. So that is it. So it's not a coded location. I went to visit my in-laws, so I'm here with my in-laws, please, and then you have to do this, and I'm running to class. So Charlie, it's not easy. My wife too is also going to work. So Charlie, it's not easy. It's not easy. Easy. So this is my team. So if you look at my team, I have Turner, Ariola, Gabriel, Robertson, Doughty, Ignore, Bradley, Saka, Gross, De Bruyne, Garnacho, Kudus, Watkins, Tony, and then Haaland. This is how my team looks like. Now, my transfer is Haaland out, De Bruyne out. Haaland out, De Bruyne out. Then I'll bring in Salah, and then I'll bring in Solanke captain. So then I'll have only 2 double game weekends, which will be Doughty and then Solanke. Or I can decide to do a -8 and then sell Tenor for Neto, the goalkeeper for. Yes, now the Neto idea is coming into my head because I realized, and so even though he gave like a 10-13 point the last time, he and Fabianski are misbehaving. So maybe if you look at the fixture tick, as I said, Bournemouth have some very good games. Bournemouth have some very good games in 30 and then 31 to 32. So Bournemouth, after this blank game, after this game week, the double, and then blanking in 29, Bournemouth are playing Everton in 30 at home, Crystal Palace at home 31, and then they play Luton away. So that's how it looks like. So looking at that, I can decide to buy him because at that point in time, I realize West Ham. Where's West Ham on my first ticker? West Ham will be playing Newcastle, Tottenham in that period. In those 2 Newcastle and Tottenham games, I can then decide to play Neto, and then I pick it up from them because I've been trying to change. I realize I've never had opportunity. This might be the best time to do that switch. So it's either I'm doing a -4 or a -8. Now, another idea has problem. If I buy Salah, Salah is not playing next week. If I buy Salah, my challenge then was that next week I will then have only Watkins, only Tony, then Kudus 3, then I have Doughty 4, then I have Ariola 5. That will make me have only 5 players for next week. And when I have 5 players for next week, then it means that I'm going to most likely have to free hit. Because as I said, if you have less than 6 players, most likely free hit in 29. Then rather in then if you have 6 and above, what you do is that use transfers this week and next week. So this week you can get 2 more players by a -4 to get 8 players, and then next week you can also do another -4 to get 10 players. At least that is manageable as compared to just but I don't want to free hit. I want to free hit in 34 because I'm wildcarding in and I don't want my wildcard to be buying some class players. So I'll just maximize 34 by the free hit. So to do that, then it means that I will not necessarily have to free hit next week. The only way I won't free next week if I have 6 players. So instead of buying Mohamed Salah, which I want, I'm rather going to buy Bowen. So my transfer now is going to be a transfer of Bowen, Solanke, and then that's for the -4. Or I might buy Neto on the -8 because Neto won't play in 29. So that is what. So that when I do that, then I'll have 6 players for next week, and my 6 players for next week will be Ariola, Doughty, the Luton defender. Then I'll have Bowen replacing De Bruyne, Kudus, Watkins, and then Tony. And with 6 players, I can just do a simple -8 to get 9 players for next week, and then I'll take it that as Carl said, take it as if 2 of my players are getting zeros for that game week as well. So this is the best I've been able to do. A very snappy game week 28. Paul, look at it, read it, share with your friends, and comment. When you comment, my experts will come on the YouTube platform and then give their response very there. Okay, so good. So this FPL show, as I always say, our FPL show is brought to you by myself, the FPL ambassador, and my other ambassadors. My other ambassadors are always here. So this is a 7 a.m. 7 a.m. Content creators here, 7 a.m. So it's brought to you by myself, Raymond Raymond Nketsiah at Ray Nkets. So as I was saying, I've shared a lot of information on my Twitter handle at Ray Nkets. So what you can do is that you can look at the at Ray Nkets on Twitter, and then as Rowland is also there too, or very active. Marlvin is also there. These are the top guys. So they didn't get any experts, but Godson Ameyaw is also there, Senior Carlos. And then shout outs to my topmost FPL mentor, Professor Arku of blessed memory, even though he's not here with us. Anytime I have a show, I'll give shout out to him. So managers, all the best as well. My laptop has been saying low battery. So all the best as well. We will meet. All the best to your team. Captain Solanke, do the transfers, and we shall meet, God willing, next week, Thursday. Thank you for watching and viewing. If you watch it, like the channel and then make some comments on it, and I'll reply to it as well. See you. I have to run for class very soon now. Bye.